Hi, my name's Olivia. I'm from Team 7480, and this is the second episode of our programming series. By the end of this lesson, you should know all about GitHub and source control, and you should be able to clone a repository, make changes on your own branch, and then commit the changes to that repository. So to do this, you'll first need to download Git, and if you haven't done so, I'll put the link in the description to do that. Here I made a repository with the code that we generated last lesson for our simple tank drive. So if you haven't looked at that, go check it out. But the first thing that we need to do is to clone this repository. So by cloning it, it will make a copy of it on our own machine that we can then change and re-upload. So we'll press this green clone or download button. We'll copy the URL. And then we'll launch VS Code 2020 from the desktop. And then we're going to need to download an extension. So you can go to extensions on the left-hand side, and it's called Git Auto Config. And this will allow us to sign into GitHub through VS Code. So you'll install that, and then you'll go View, Command Palette, Git Auto Config, and then you'll press Set Config, and you'll enter your email and your username. And I've already done this, so I'm not going to do that now, but do this for yourself, and then you can go on to the next step. Now we need to clone the repository. So we'll press View, Command Palette, Git Clone. We'll paste the repository URL, and then we'll select the directory in which we're going to clone this repository. So I'm going to choose FRC, and then it will clone the repository, and I'll open it. Now here's our repository. So now I need to make some changes. So before I make any changes, I need to create my own branch. So right now I'm working on the master branch, but if everybody works on the master branch, you're gonna likely run into some problems with conflicting commits. So what you make might not be compatible with what your other teammates are making changes to. So to make a new branch, I'll click on this, I'll make a new branch, and I'm gonna change the PWM ports. So I'll title this branch Port Update, but it's a good idea to establish a naming convention with your team. I'll create the branch, and now I can make my changes. So let's say, for instance, I have conflicting ports. So I have something else plugged into PWM port 2. So I'll just change this to 0, and that's my change. So now I'll go to source control icon on the left side. I'll press this check mark to commit. And then I'll put a message so that I can tell all my teammates what changes I made. So updated PWM ports. And now I'm not done yet. I need to press these 3 dots, more actions, and push. So this will publish my branch on GitHub. However, if you haven't done so already, you'll be prompted with this window to log into GitHub. So do that. So now I'll go to github.com to make sure that my changes were uploaded. Yep, so now I have 2 branches, and if I want to merge my changes with the master branch, I can press compare and pull request. And then it says able to merge, but just in case, I'll double check the files that I changed. So you can see here, I changed it from 0 to 2. So that's good. There are no conflicting changes. So I can create a pull request. Now I'll merge the pull request. And now I'm done. So I've added the new ports to the code. And now all my other teammates can see that on the master branch. Just know, however, that depending on how your repository is set up, you might not have access to do all these things. So it's best to talk to your programmer or whoever's in charge of GitHub for your team to see how you can contribute with GitHub. But that's the basics. So that's it. Thanks for watching. In the next episode, we'll be making a Mecanum drive with Robot Builder. So stay tuned.